Bro, that was a good award show, man. They got it right. That's what you got. That's what you got to do. Bridging the gap between new and old. They got it right. Definitely enjoyed it.
Crowd was dead though.
Yeah, well, it's LA. They're not gonna have a crowd like us. You know what I mean? But the one thing I didn't like was why was Coco Jones the only R&B artist to perform?
You
You know what
said
I'm
what?
saying? Like, why was Coco Jones the only R&B artist to perform? Because I know there's other R&B albums that came out this year. She wasn't the only one. It was only her and Patti LaBelle that performed as far as R&B.
That's a good question because you know
Where was
everybody wants to
Lizzo?
perform at the Grammys.
Where was Lizzo? Where was her? Kali Uchis. She has the best R&B album this year in my opinion. Where was she at?
Exactly.
I don't get it.
But
Only
y'all
one
want to
R&B
invite
artist we get.
y'all
You
want to
know
invite Glorilla.
exactly. They all them chicks sound the same, man. I can't listen to them.
Most of us can't think of who we
There was some shit I didn't like.
What did you like?
The West Coast portion.
The West Coast portion? Everybody can't make it though.
No, it's not that. It's like why bring Tiger?
He's from the West Coast.
I know, but they could have picked some better ones though.
Well, I saw Too Short in the audience. Maybe they asked him and he won't perform. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like Tiger's from the West Coast, so you know what I mean. It made sense. Everybody like they're gonna be doing that tomorrow. Like why didn't this person? Everybody can't perform. We did this with the Grammys. That's why it's important for people to go. If you really a hip hop head and you support the artist, go out and see them in concert. Don't wait for BET to have them on their show. You know what I mean? It's that simple. Go out and support these artists, man. You know, I thought it was great. I haven't said that about BT in years. This was a good one. Just to see Mad Skills was at the BT Awards. Mad Skills, and he did his own tribute to hip hop song. Like I loved it. To see MOP at the BT Awards. I've never seen MOP at the awards ceremony. I never seen him at any awards actually. You know what I'm saying? Like they did their thing. You know, Buster's speech was epic. I loved it. You know what I mean? It was great.
That awkward feeling when Beyonce was the winner and everyone knew that she wasn't gonna be
Yeah.
there and shit.
Right. Like she won two awards. Like I think it should have went to Lizzo. Lizzo to me had a great album. You know, why is Beyonce still winning awards and like can anybody else win one? You know what I mean?
Well, she did get robbed of the Grammys a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about the BT Awards when it's either today or tomorrow, depending on what time you finish this Billboard shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, what else happened? So there was no host because of the whole fucking writers' strike,
Right.
which that kind of
Yeah,
confused me.
I realize that. It's crazy.
Yeah, but the thing I didn't like about the Buster tribute, they should have performed a bit more songs from like the '90s. I feel like it was a bit too many 2000s, 2010 songs for Buster.
But Busta catalog is deep. That's why he needs a verses. You know what I'm saying? His catalog is deep, and he definitely does. I would like to see him against Jay-Z. Like he needs a verses for sure. It's like they're afraid to battle him. Then why do you want to battle him?
All hail Jay-Z.
You know,
I'm about to start in about 7 more minutes. Yeah, we're gonna do have the next 3 shows on StreamYard, then I'm gonna try Evie Mux again.
right.
I'm so tired of Ice Spice, Glorilla, all these.
Yeah, they
You
all
know,
sound the same,
yeah,
man. I'm like, I can't listen to these chicks. They don't do
these
nothing for me.
city rats.
You know what I mean? Give me MC Light, give me Rod Digger, give me Yo Yo. I fuck with them.
Give me Armani Caesar. Give me
You
Rhapsody.
know what I mean? Right.
Shit. What else is going on in the news? Oh yeah, you have to see that movie, The Blackening.
Blackening, was that good?
It's very funny.
Blackening. Okay.
It's about these black people that go to the cabin.
Uh-huh.
It's like a parody of horror movies, but on Juneteenth,
Right.
and they have to play a board game to see if they can live or not.
Oh Lord.
Like I said, it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Rihanna didn't win an award and shit for that Black Panther
Right.
song.
Facts.
What did you think of the Migos performance?
I was surprised they were there because they didn't announce them.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just came out of nowhere, and I think that's gonna be the last time you see them together. Then they did that for the tribute. They did a tribute for Offset, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, man, because when they say hip hop 50th, y'all meant hip hop 50th and shit. Shit.
Right. Yeah, that's what they supposed to do. Like go all out. You know what I'm saying? Like the show has been whack for the last couple of years, so they have to do it up this year.
Last year was pretty decent. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hold you.
I don't even remember what happened last year.
They had a Diddy tribute.
Oh,
Tyler the
that was
Creator did that.
I didn't like that.
Oh, you didn't
Nah,
like that?
nah, fuck no.
You didn't like when Diddy and
Nah,
Sean did that performance?
he was acting up. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. You know, his speech wasn't as epic as Buster Zone. Buster Zone was epic tonight.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Lil Kim doing that, dodging bullets.
Nah, I
But
ain't like.
unpopular opinion though,
Oh,
BT's tribute to Loud Records was way better.
yeah, that was good. That was good.
I don't give a I don't give a fuck what no one said. That was a tribute.
I think
I'm
I
like,
saw
look
that
at
one.
me.
That was at the awards, or that was at the hip hop one.
That was at the hip hop awards of last year.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Yes, that was way fucking better. And I was surprised Ti came out and shit.
No, I wasn't, because I mean they were doing Atlanta. He from Atlanta. I wanted Rick Ross to come out. I was like, where was Ross at? You know,
Beef with Envious.
Ti did his thing. Definitely. That's I fuck with Ti heavy. You know, Mike, what's up?
Yo, what up, Mike? I didn't forget about tonight, bro. Alrighty. Let me pull up my notes for this album.
Mm.
It's gonna be an interesting review. I'll clean that shit up later. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right.
What's up, YouTube? How's everyone doing this lovely, lovely, lovely day? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Trial with me,
Yo.
and today we are going to talk about the recent album that came from Killer Mike called Michael. This album came out June 16th of 2023, and let me pull up the album cover for you guys. Of course, we don't have the album possibly yet because
Yeah, not yet.
yeah, yeah, this is actually Killer Mike's sixth studio album and his first solo album since 2012's Rap Music, which I do have that one in my collection. That was a pretty dope album. Spoiler alert. All right, I want to say it's the single. I know Scientists and Engineers with Andre 3000 was a single. I think that's it for now. But yeah, I think that's it for now. So how did you get into Killer Mike, boss?
Um, I think it was the Outkast joint, the whole world. That
Yes.
joint. But I was on their street team, like for the Arista Army, and they were on Arista, and we were promoting the greatest hits for them, and I believe that was on the greatest hits because they sent me like the CD single in the mail and shit. And that was like the first time I heard Killer Mike, and then when Jay Z dropped the Poppin' Tags joint, that joint on that terrible Blueprint 2 album. Now I felt like Killer Mike I felt like Killer Mike had the best verse on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Him and Big Boy did they thing on that joint. And it's always been one of my favorites, but I just never cared for the album. But you know, when he dropped his first album, I remember listening to when he had the video for Adidas. You know, he had like an abbreviation. All day I dream about sex or whatever. And you know, he's been on like a lot of different things. He was on the Never Scared joint, the Bone Crusher joint. That was huge up here when that came out. You know what I'm saying? Done a lot of different features with people, and you know, he's always been for, you know, black people's rights and in the culture, and I've seen him on like a lot of different schools and, you know, specials and stuff, and you know that's the type of activism that we need from these artists, especially in this era. You know, when a lot of you know fuckery and shit is accepted. You know, and we just had a white dude that got off innocently now for, you know, choking out a young black man on the train. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like, dude,
you that
huh?
Michael Jackson,
Yeah,
the dude that
yeah.
Michael
The
Jackson.
dude, he
Oh
choked. Yeah,
shit!
he choked the dude to death on the subway, and they let him go. Charges dropped. Let him go. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, if that was us doing that to a white man, we'd be locked up, you know, for life. Let this dude go. You know what I'm saying? And just you see the fuckery continues in society. And Killer Mike is we need that activism from, you know, from him and artists like that, and you know the stuff he's done with, you know, with LP and Run the Jewels has been great. I felt like he got like a second win, a second resurgence. You know, when they linked up and, you know, dropped those albums, and you know they went on tour and stuff, and he's been great, man. He's definitely highly underrated. I was saying that even when the first album came out, I was saying he was highly underrated. You know what I'm saying? Because he was. I don't think he was directly a part of the Dungeon family, right?
He was an affiliate, I guess, but
Affiliate, yeah.
yeah,
Because Like I've seen Dungeon Family in concert. He wasn't on that Stank Love tour. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, they mention Future. They always talk about Future as part of the Dungeon Family. Damn sure don't sound like it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Killer Mike is more affiliated with them than Future. You know what I'm saying? And he's always been underrated, and this is his time. This is his time to shine. It was long overdue, and he definitely delivered. On this album, just hearing this album today, I was like, yo, that this shit, the hype is real for it. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those albums where people talk about it, and then you hear the album and it's bullshit. And I don't know. This might be his best album. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I don't know. We gonna talk about it, but yeah, he got bars. He speaks eloquently, and that's the type of artist we need representing this culture. I want people like him representing this culture. Not motherfuckers like Jim Jones, who swear up and down that everybody know, every song that he got out and shit. But you're gonna throw shade at Pusha. You know what I'm saying? That just bullshit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like Killer Mike is represents the culture the right way. And that's the type of artist we need. You know what I'm saying? So that was my introduction to him.
very dope introduction.
Yeah.
My introduction to him was the Whole World song by Outkast as well, which I just realized that I never actually went in depth on that song when we talked about Outkast.
Yeah.
But my thoughts on the song, very, very, very cool song in my opinion.
Yeah.
It definitely was a transitional song when it came to them, because it was a song that was pretty had that balancing feel of the speaker box Love Below. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I felt like Big Mike definitely stole the show. That song also won a Grammy for Best Rap Performance at the 2003
Oh
Grammy
wow.
Awards. So yeah,
Why wasn't
that
that?
should tell you
What
something.
was that a leftover from Stankonia?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, it was leftover from Franconia. That
Dope.
was from their greatest, I think their greatest hits album called Big
Yeah.
Boy
I
Prince.
never did. Yo, you know what's crazy? Aris just sent me the single, but he never sent me the greatest hits in the mail.
Oh wow,
Clive, you cheap bastard.
can't keep it quiet.
Yeah, because he was still over there. That's before he went over there and made J Records.
Right. So I did, listen to Run the Jewels, which, spoiler alert, I do got some shit planned for them later on this year. I'm not going to say what it is, but just
Okay.
stay tuned. But I do like Run the Jewels, but
Hmm.
I felt like the first three, most importantly, the first two to three were like my favorite ones. Run the Jewels 4 was kind of you know what I'm saying? But I felt like the production that LP did for the rap music album was so sucked on too, which again that's a review coming very soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely feel that Killer Mike, like you said, he represents the positive of this culture. Like he's
Hmm.
he's one of those MCs that he's about he like he's about that life. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
and what I mean by that life, like he's about standing up for what's right, you
Right.
know, civil rights and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Not like some of these motherfuckers that just do it for an album or just do it for press
Hmm.
release and shit like that too. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Some of the stuff I don't always agree with him. I'm not gonna lie. Some stuff I don't always agree with him, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I do respect the fact that he always, stood toe to toe with like the injustice that we go through on a daily. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much my introduction. Bless you. That's
Thank you.
pretty much my introduction to Killer Mike. And yeah, this is actually the first Killer Mike album we're actually talking about. Because I don't think I have ever reviewed a Run the Jewels album. I gotta double check.
Right.
So for those who don't know who Killer Mike is, he's an MC that was born in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? He's from the Adamsville area. Excuse me. His parents were teenagers, right, when they had him, so he was mostly raised by his grandparents and shit too. So while he was in college in '95, like Morehouse College, he met producers, the Beat Bullies, which the Beat Bullies were just an Atlanta duo, production duo. You know what I'm saying? They did stuff for Carlos Santana. They did stuff for Nelly and shit too. They also, of course, did stuff for like a Millionaire Ti, and he also met Big Boy as well too. And so, they had a liking of music and shit too. But his first appearance on Wax was actually the song "Snapping and Trapping" from Stankonia. A lot of people think it's the whole world. No, it was not the whole world. It was "Snapping and Trapping" from Stankonia. Whole world came out 1 year later, '01, and shit too. So he was just building up his name. And like you mentioned, he appeared on Jay-Z Poppin' Tags from the Blueprint 2.
Yeah.
One of my few favorite songs off that album, believe it or not.
Facts. Same.
Yeah. So fast forward to 2003, he released his debut album, Monster. I'm not gonna hold you. I've never heard this album before. I'm gonna be real with you. I've heard good things about it though. I've heard good things about it, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna give this album a shot. Also, that same year, he also appeared on two of my favorite songs from the Speaker Box album. I'm gonna say that Bust and Flip Flop Rock. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like around this time, he was still building up his name with guest appearances, while his second album kept getting pushed back. And around this time too, he was having a beef with Big Boy and Sony Records because of that shit. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
wow.
And this led to them not really talking to each other for a good minute. I think the beef was from like '06 and it ended like '08,
Mhm.
'08, some shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And there was actually rumors that Diddy wanted to sign him to Bad Boys so he can actually
Thank God he
release
didn't
the
sign him.
album and
Thank God
shit.
he didn't sign him. You know.
But that was just like I said, that was just a rumor and shit like that too. So yeah, there's an interview on Double XL that he was talking about this shit too. So
Mhm.
he actually
You know.
self-released that, but then his actual set came out in 2006 called "I Pledge Allegiance to the Grind."
Right.
That was released on his own label, followed by "I Pledge Allegiance to the Grind 2." Again, these are albums I've never heard. I've never heard and shit like that. Nothing, like I said, nothing against Killer Mike and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many artists I be listening to. It's just like
Yeah.
I was mostly just raised on them with the Run the Jewels shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's just on my laziness, honestly. So he actually got a deal with Grand Hustle Records, which is of course Ti's label, and he released his fourth album, Pledge, on 2011. Which I've heard some joints from that album. That was pretty solid too, And then he dropped the fifth album, Rap Music, in 2012.
Right.
This album to me, fucking fire album. This was the first collaboration between him and LP, who would actually do, of course, Run the Jewels. This is an album I'm not gonna hold you. It gets is just you, but I feel like with Run the Jewels being as popular as they are
Wow.
and stuff like that too, you know what I'm saying? This album kind of gets overshadowed and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know I recently showed y'all the vinyl of that album and stuff too, so yeah, I don't and like I said before, I don't understand. I like the Run the Jewels shit, but I don't understand why that album by Rap Music Don't Get It's Just You like that. But
Facts.
yeah, I digress. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so the success of rap music led to LP and Killer Mike actually doing and going by the Run the Jewels on moniker and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they actually dropped plenty of albums together. You know what I'm saying? And I know like the first couple of albums they were free and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So that was not even heard of at that time too, because this was the early
Mhm.
2010s.
Right.
Was niggas was still like in the whole SoundCloud era and
Mhm.
shit too. I'm saying this was before whole Chance the Rapper shit too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I definitely felt like Run the Jewels definitely did their thing. Like I said before, Run the Jewels 1 and 2 were my favorite ones. Run the Jewels 3, that was okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really, it's not bad, but I feel like it's not as witty and hard hitting as the first two. Run the Jewels 4 sucked. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I I hate to say it sucks, but a lot of fans love that one, which again, I'm not mad about it. Maybe I might re-listen to it, and maybe my opinion might change. But I was kind of very disappointed on that when I first heard it. So yeah, and so around this time too, he was also getting involved with politics around this time, and he was getting involved with politics. The whole Black Lives Matter. He was definitely talk. He was definitely supporting Bernie Sanders when he wanted to run and shit like that too. And then he also supported, definitely had like a lot of supporting from black businesses as well, which that's something that he always had going. I know he had this one Netflix show where he was talking about he was only going to eat restaurants and only black businesses. I saw a couple of episodes. It was like a different. It was a show on Netflix. He was just trying to do like different things. It was like a Black Mythbusters, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What was that shit called? I haven't seen that shit in a minute, but if it trigger warning, that was a show.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a show on Netflix and shit. So fast forward to present day, you know what I'm saying, and he pretty much was working on this album and shit too, you know what I'm saying. And I know the song with Andre and Future came out, Scientists and Engineers.
Mm.
Spoiler alert, I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this. That's like my least favorite song on the album. Spoiler alert.
Right.
But we'll talk about that. This is the album cover right here. This is just him, I guess, as a little boy. You kind of see like the horns in his head, and you have the fucking halo up there and stuff like that too. I felt like that was pretty unique. Like you don't know what he's thinking as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So this album has 14 tracks. Oh, I forgot to say the producers and guest appearances. Excuse me.
Mhm.
Producers include Corey M.O., Cal A, No ID, Cool and Dre, DJ Paul, Tui Exclusive, Andre 3000, Blake, No ID, Don Cannon, Honorable C Note, Beat Butcher, Willie Yanez, Little Shalimar, excuse me. That's it. Um, guest appearance. Guest appearances include CeeLo Green, Mosey, Young Thug, Black, Aaron Allen Kane, Jagged Edge, Andre 3000, Future, Ty Dolla Sign, got the whole damn family. Currency, Chains, Cash Page, Bliss, Fabo, and LP, and thank you, good sir. All right, so the first song on this album is called "Down by Law." This features CeeLo Green. Of course, CeeLo, member of the Goody Mob, pop, R&B, hip hop. He's a very versatile artist. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope. This was actually a pretty good song. Nice way to kick off the album and shit too. Definitely have a strong gospel feel to it. I love how he talking about how the intro was talking about staying motivated and timing is everything. Something I need to realize that myself, honestly, but it'd be hard. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, man. I like the how his first couple of bars, Killing Mike was just ending each bar with nigga and shit too. We're just talking about it. He talks about how, he questions religion and shit too. He questions all the aura around him. Racism. It's pretty much a vintage Killer Mike song, and I definitely love it. I feel like CeeLo Green definitely did his thing, adding that traditional CeeLo thing he got going on. I'm gonna be real with you. CeeLo Green, You know, I love Goody Mob CeeLo. I'm gonna be real.
Right.
Anything he did with Goody Mob, I love. But when he did his solo shit, it was very hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? I do love the Lady Killer, but I felt
That
like
was a
once
great album.
that was a great album.
Yeah,
But
that's his best one to me.
really, oh wow.
Yeah, like I mean, as far as this the solo stuff, not the stuff with Gnarls Barkley, but his solo albums, I think Lady Killer was his best one.
The first album I remember liking the first album,
Yeah, yeah, I gotta go
but
back and revisit that one.
yeah, but the Gnarls Barkley, oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
dude, 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 that CeeLo's best work as a solo.
yeah,
Well, 'cause technically it wasn't a solo record.
right.
CeeLo's best work outside Gnarls Barkley. I'm gonna be real. Yeah,
Facts.
but that's a we got to talk about that one day too.
Yeah,
That was like the R&B version of Mad Villain. I'm gonna be real with
yeah,
you.
facts.
Yeah, this was a
Definitely.
very great song right here.
Yeah, this was dope. You got CeeLo doing this thing on the chorus, and he brought that gospel feel to it. The beat, bass line. It had like a trap beat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Killer Mike saying, "I tell the devil the black man is God." Keeping it played, just playing my part. And I liked his flow on that. A lot of the songs that his flow, the flow that he had on a lot of these tracks was just dope. And it's like he's like he had to fit his flow to the beat. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely think it was a great way to start off the album.
Yeah, very great way to start that album and shit too. It kind of reminds me of some of them old vintage like Dungeon Family intros and
Yes,
shit.
I got
You
a
know what I'm
lot of
saying?
a lot of Dungeon Family, a lot of Outkast and Goody Mob vibes from this album.
You said what?
I got a lot of like soul food Goody Mob vibes on this album and Outkast, like out
Right.
Criminal and Stankonia vibes on this.
Exactly.
You know.
Hey, after this next song, I'm gonna get some water downstairs, but I'm gonna let
Okay,
you go on. I'll catch up. But
cool.
track number two, Shed Tears featuring Mosey. Another amazing song right here. One of the more emotional songs on this album and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about a black man living in America. Sometimes he's also talking about the fact that he didn't really have a lot of female figures in his life, like growing up and shit too. So he was just talking about a lot of shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So definitely a very, very, very strong song. No ID. Definitely did his thing on the beat right here too, So I feel like No ID definitely got more better as a producer over the years. I feel like his
facts.
production does not get praised upon like that. Outside of, the common stuff and of course
Mhm.
Jay-Z's 444. I feel
Right,
like niggas don't really appreciate this man, give him his flowers like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
facts.
still
Right,
putting in work. Like just like Alchemist and Muggs, ID is still putting in work and shit.
facts. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think it was a great song, and you had a really nice beat. You had pianos and you had gospel singing. It was like a hip hop gospel track, and
Yeah,
you had you had Killer Mike saying, Lord, I cried, almost died, empty inside. The devil whispers in your ear when you contemplate suicide. And I thought I was like, some of his most personal, you know, um, bars, and you could tell he been through some shit in his life, and I feel like it's a lot of it was just coming out in this album.
got you. Definitely. All right, so I'm gonna get some water. I'll catch up when I get back upstairs.
All right, cool, cool. Next track we got is what's the next track? We got Run. Definitely had a nice beat, a horn loop. You had Dave Chappelle, the comedian Dave Chappelle. He's saying some opening words on the track, and he's telling Killer Mike, ain't no rhyme and reason. Why it's not you on the ground. Ain't no time to be scared. Run, nigga, run. Keep going. Just giving them words of advice and encouragement, to keep striving to be, the best, and keep doing your thing. And thought it was a great track. Definitely, had a nice beat to it. There's like a nice horn sample on the track as well. I want to say this is a single, or it's gonna be a single. I know you dropped a couple singles from this album already. But definitely a nice track, and having one of the best comedians ever, Dave Chappelle, on the track is definitely a good look. You know, yeah, definitely one of my favorites on here. He dropped a video for Motherless, and he dropped a video for Don't Let the Devil with LP, and I think he dropped a video for Run also. Talking That Shit, that was also a single. He got like four singles off of this album already. It's crazy, but definitely a good track. And gonna wait to see what Reg thinks about it.
I'm back.
Yeah.
You just got to talk about the third song.
Yeah. There's a video for this though, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I know he dropped a couple singles already before the album came out. You know.
Alrighty, so we are at Run featuring Young Thug. I'm gonna be real with you. Well, this also features Dave Chappelle too
Right.
on the intro.
Hmm.
I liked Killer Much, but I feel like Young Thug was not needed.
Right. He wasn't. That's why I didn't mention him. That's exactly why I didn't mention him.
Like there were a few guest appearances. I just felt like they weren't really needed on some songs. But we'll
Right.
talk about that shit later. Um, cause Young Thug, man, he just has that fucking weird flow. I put some brand new money on my bitch. I put some brand new money. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
this is the big about we ain't sticking the same. I'm like, dog. I understand. Veterans wants to do songs with newer cats too. I get it, but come on, man. Show some class on the Killer Mike album. Come on. Whew, I was dehydrated for a minute.
Okay.
All right. Track number 4, Enrich, featuring Black and Aaron Allen King. No, it stands for Nigga Rich, just to let y'all know. I thought I had to throw that out there. Caucasian listeners might be like, what does Enrich mean? But this might be one of my favorite tracks on this album. And surprisingly, it was produced by Cool and Dre.
Oh Lord.
You know what I'm saying? So,
They're back.
and their track record has been kind of
Yeah.
shaky
Good.
when it comes to
Red
red reviews, but this might be one of the few times that a Cool and Dre produced a song might be a favorite song of mine.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, he's just talking about how when blacks be getting money and shit like that, you just gotta watch how people move when they get money. And he's talking about how Jesus was a nigga, people were envious of him and shit too. You know what I'm saying? Black definitely did his thing off this song on the second verse. One of the best guest appearances on this album too. You know what I'm saying? So this was a very, very, very dope track right here. Just talking about watch who your company is with before money, and watch who your company with after you get the money. So definitely a high highlight on this album.
Yeah, this was dope. Definitely love the beat. The bass line, the pianos on it. You got Killer Mike saying, and that's worth the Michael and Fresh. The realest niggas know. That's the movies niggas should watch. Fuck Scarface and Blow. He's still talking New Jack City. That's why niggas poke. So he actually felt like, well, for me, I feel like Scarface and Blow were great movies. I don't know what he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I understand what he's getting at, like how black people we fantasize, the mafioso lifestyle and glorify that, and we should really be watching, other films instead of, movies like that that put out the wrong messages. But Scarface to me will always be a classic. You know,
Oh yeah. And I could have sworn he said some shit like he liked Scarface in one song, or he did a Scarface reference, but I don't know. I could be
well, what
tripping.
what changed his mind then?
You know, in the black in them, you know.
Yeah,
But hey, it is what it is. You know, I'm not being biased. You know, like I said, Killer Mike has some shit. Like you might not agree with everything he says and shit sometimes.
yeah,
So
yeah,
him and Umar Johnson, man, Dr. Umar, man, Eric's favorite activist.
yeah,
Yeah, shout out to Eric, by the way. This is another one of my favorite songs. Talking That Shit.
man,
Yo, he went in on this record. First of all, it was produced by DJ Paul and Tweet
nice,
Exclusive.
yeah,
And what I liked about the song was that he incorporated the 3 6 Mafia flow, that Lord Infamous flow, when it
yeah,
came to like that last verse or last two verses and shit.
yeah,
I felt like
yeah.
that was he fit in that shit like Biggie fit in Bone Thugs flow. I'm not gonna be real with you. This song kind of gave me Notorious Thugs kind of vibes and shit. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna hold
it was
you.
it was it was on some slob on my knob type shit.
Yes, Slava Mana,
That was
that
the
myth,
joint.
that Mystic
That,
Styles kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like,
I love that.
yo, like 3 6 Mafia fans, y'all should really give Mystic
Hmm.
Styles. It's just you in Southern hip hop when it comes to trap music.
Definitely.
Like honestly, that like niggas talk about nothing against Jeezy and shit, nothing against Jeezy
Wow.
and Ti, but the real trap music started with UGK and 3 6 Mafia. Let's stop right there. Let's just
That's
stop
trap
right
shit
there.
done right.
Yes, trap shit done
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
Uh, let's get it. Thug Motivation 101. That's a classic.
Mhm.
I know how you feel about Jeezy and
Never
shit.
been a fan. I never been a fan. But like again, I have friends that they love Jeezy. They have those albums, and I just never could get into them.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like that real trap, like how I
Uh,
say EPMD Strictly Business was like the prototype of G Funk,
right.
UGK's Too Hard to Swallow and 3 6 Mafia, Mystic Styles were like the first trap albums.
Right.
Let's stop right there. And but these southern heads will be like,
Hmm.
whoa, you gotta bring up Future, you gotta bring up
Right.
Young Thug, man. Fuck all
Yeah.
them niggas, man. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. You know.
But yeah, that's how I say about the song and shit.
Yeah, talking that shit definitely gave me 3 6 Mafia vibes. I love the Killer Mike's flow. I feel like he was paying homage to 3 6 Mafia with that, and the,
Yeah,
the beat was fire. This is definitely one of my favorite songs in here.
yeah, definitely my second favorite song on this album and shit.
Mm.
Damn, this hip hop confessions is gonna be deep and shit. Cause I'm looking through all my rap albums right now. I'm just like, I have a lot
Yeah.
of thoughts on certain shit that might get me in trouble.
Yeah.
But I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Hey, y'all should never give me them strikes. So okay, shit. All right,
Oh man.
track number 6, Slumber featuring Jagged Edge. A Jagged Edge feature I actually like, and it was also produced by Cool and Dre.
Wow.
Another intro. Yeah,
What?
this might
What?
be the only time I actually like Jagged Edge on a song.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just like, well, okay, wow. Where was all this heat when Jermaine was doing the albums and shit, you know?
Right. Facts.
Well, granted, I'm not gonna lie. That Promise song,
Mm.
I can take it or leave it, honestly. But
Okay.
everything else,
Yeah.
if I hear "Let's Get Married" one more fucking time,
Oh
if I
Lord.
hear that stupid
That's
song,
that's their signature song now. So.
oh my, that and that stupid ass Run DMC remix and shit.
Yes. The remix.
Oh my, I'm just like Jermaine Dupri, stop, please. I mean, I love Jermaine. I don't love Jermaine. I like him, but still, it's just
Right.
like sometimes you just have to give him his shit. Sometimes I just.
Facts.
But this is actually a very great song right here and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? I definitely felt like with this track, um, he's just just talking about contradictions of religion and shit too. Just talking about old teenage love and stuff. So much, so much material in this whole fucking track right here. I feel like this is just life lessons. He's just talking about how he questioned life after his girlfriend had an abortion and just
Right.
apologizing and shit like that too. And he hopes like he can be a better man.
Mhm.
If he had that same mindset he had today back then, he would have done things differently. So
Right.
I definitely love this song right here. Ray
Yeah, this
Sean,
was
my animation brother, what's up?
good. Yeah, this was a banger. Like him, talking about getting it in with his girlfriend, and she got pregnant and having an abortion, and regrets later on in life about that abortion that he should have never did when he was younger, and he was honest. That's the type of artist I want to hear, like artists that went through shit and they honest about it, and he could say that, and then he might later on he might get flack from abortion groups and shit, and oh, it's not your decision to make. But he was honest about what happened, and that's all you can ask for. And I thought the beat was dope. It was he had like a soulful sample. I like Jagged Edge. I think Jagged Edge was like one of the last great army groups we've had in the 2000s, and then them in the 112, and you had
Lucy,
Mike. Huh?
Lucy Pearl and Coffee Brown for me.
Yeah, but they broke up after one album though.
They still hadn't. They
After
still left
no,
an impact.
but
They still
Coffee Brown
left
left
an
the
impact.
impact with one album. They did.
They
Where?
to me they left an
With
impact.
one album?
Like I said,
They
to me they left an impact.
like they it was good. It's not like they were peaches and herb though. You know what I'm saying? they, it was good, but for one album, it's like most people don't even remember that album when it came out. You know, Lucy Pearl album was great, but again, Dawn Robinson has an ego, and she fucked up that group.
She
You know what I'm
really
saying?
did.
The same way she had problems with it. It's not a. It'd be if it'd be one thing if it was like just one time. But then when you go over the, she remember she got signed to Aftermath. She had issues with Dr. Dre. He let her go. She goes to Lucy Pearl. They do one album, and then they had issues because of her. And they'd only drop one album, so it's obviously she's the problem wherever she go. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jagged. Remember, Jagged Edge ain't a one album group. They have many joints. That's why they were able to do a versus because they got more than one hit. It's just that "Let's Get Married" is like their signature song now. It's like the official wedding anthem. You know what I'm saying? My aunt, when she had her wedding in 2000, that was being played at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? 112, well, they were like the only two groups really that had staying power. Everybody else that came after, where they at? Where's Pretty Ricky? Where's Mindless Behavior? They know where to be found. B2K, where they at? You know what I'm saying? So
Wasn't one of the members of Pretty Ricky accused of child molestation?
I thought I was B2K.
It was I could have when it was
Yes. Pretty
Pretty
Ricky?
Ricky too.
Oh wow. I didn't listen to them. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. One of them niggas. I don't know who, but one of them niggas was. It was on a Vlad TV interview. It was
Oh
something about
wow.
that shit.
Damn.
I'm just like, what is up with all these boy bands and child molestation and shit?
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that?
I guess you gotta the more pop you are, the more molested you gotta get. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I really I didn't know about that because I didn't listen to them. But I like the some of the lines that Mike was saying on here, like smile and make each other
Get the
come,
fuck
but
out of
could
here.
not overcome. Huh?
Oh no. I'll tell you. I'll tell you after.
And he said, and I ain't Usher baby, but this here's my confessions. They call it adolescence because we learning adult lessons. Like this is like a song where he was reflecting on his being a teenager and realizing the mistakes that he made, and then like being a grown man now, like he regrets some of those mistakes that he made. I love that. I think this needs to be a single. I mean, there's a reason why they put Jagged Edge on here. So I'm pretty sure he has plans to release it as a single.
Yeah, yeah, man. Q said that was B2K. I could have sworn Pretty Ricky had some scandal, like, which is why one of the members left. But you know what? Oh well, I'm not. I don't want to overstress this shit.
I didn't
But
listen to none of those groups, so I can kill us.
when it came to Pretty Ricky, it was all about on the hotline. When that shit came out,
Um,
boy, I was going through puberty. That's what I'm gonna say.
he was on the hotline playing daddy.
Uh,
He was on the hotline playing daddy to these chicks.
More like the Jungle Gym.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Yo.
2007 was a good year.
Wow.
Anyway, next track is 2 days. But I was saying, I made that comment on Facebook. This motherfucker said Young Jock started tripping. I'm like, get out.
Young Jock. Oh man.
2 days. This song features Ty Dolla Sign. Um, this is another banger and shit. I'm not gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Love to go on this one. Definitely a very, very, very dope song. One of my favorites off this album.
You know what? I've noticed that uh Ty Dolla Sign sounds better on other people's shit but his own.
I agree.
Why is that? Because I tried listening to was it that Beach mixtape or whatever he had. I couldn't listen to the whole thing. But he sounds better on other people's shit, and he does a ton of features.
I
You
feel like
know,
he has more creative control in his features than his own project. I feel like it's somebody in his
is that
ear.
what it is?
I
Yeah,
don't know. I'm just saying.
because I'm like yo, like this. I've heard him do stuff with like Mac Miller, and he's on this album, and he does stuff with the weekend. I'm like yo, like why does he sound good on other people's shit, but with his own projects, he don't get that same type of heat. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's crazy, but he sounded good on this. I definitely enjoyed the track, and we had no, hold up, we had what track we on?
We on 2 days. Oh shit! I skipped the song.
We
Oh
skipped the
shit.
song, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, just say your thoughts in 2 days. I'm gonna go backwards, and then we'll just continue after that. Just say your thoughts in 2 days, right quick.
All right, yeah, this was dope. Definitely had a dope beat. Like some rock guitar playing on here, some a bass line. I enjoyed it. Like I said, like Ty Dolla Sign sounds good on other people's shit. I'm just not a fan of his own work, but it was dope.
Okay. Next track, Scientists and Engineers, featuring Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen K. So this is like the hype song of the album. This was the thing that's supposed to set the album off. My least favorite song off this album, I'm gonna be real with you. I kind of felt like it was like a lot of songs at once, to be real with you.
Mm.
Each verse was like a different song, and I'm just gonna say what I have to say. I didn't care for Future's verse. I did not care for
He
Future.
shouldn't have been on the song.
I know it was they were trying to do a whole Dungeon Family.
Yeah, he
I
don't fit
respect
with
it.
them though. Because even if you looked at that ATL documentary that came out a couple years ago, and you had like the
Mhm.
Dungeon family talking about him, like yeah, he was around them. It don't mean he gonna actually is like he has talent like the rest of them. You could be in the studio with niggas for like a bunch of years. It don't mean you actually gonna have talent. You know what I'm saying? He don't mess with them. Like even I couldn't see him coming out in the '90s with the style that he have now. He wouldn't sound good.
Hell no.
You don't, you
Hell the
don't,
fuck.
you don't. They could do a whole album with him. I don't think it would still be a good album. He just has a different. He's catered more to today's type of music. He don't fit with them. You know.
Shit. But yeah, man. Andre's verse again. It was pretty. I liked Andre's verse and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, just talking about how he just wants companionship and stuff like that. While still using like just technology references. Like I said, it was kind of hard to follow. I'm not gonna hold you. It was very hard to follow.
Mm.
So, I mean, it's alright.
it was a different flow for Andre. I think he did his thing. I don't think it's his best verse ever. Like the internet making it sound. You know what I mean? I actually like Killer Mike's verse. He said, kicking that jazz. I'm collecting my bag. I'm taking a millie. They talking vanilla. I like his flow. Like I like Killer Mike's flow in a lot of these songs though. You know what I'm saying? And
Same.
Andre's verse was dope. It's not his best verse ever. People need to stop that. Like go back and listen to the Outkast albums before they say stupid
Gas.
shit like that.
Like I said last night, Gasoline Dreams is his best
Yeah,
performance on any rap song.
it was like this man has many great you know verses that he's done from different songs and stuff, and this is not his best verse ever. You know.
It's not. But if that's what makes people go to sleep at night, then I'm for it. Less time on the internet saying stupid shit. But track number track number 9, Spaceship Views featuring Currency, 2 Chainz, and Cash Page. Very trippy beat. This was produced by the Honorable C Note. Um, Honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. I know he done some work for like the ASAP crew. This
Mhm.
definitely sounds like some shit for the ASAP crew.
Right.
Maybe Travis Scott. It was a very trippy, like one of those kind of beats, if y'all know what I
Yeah.
mean. If
Hmm.
y'all Travis Scott fans, y'all should know what I mean when I did the ad lib and shit too. But
Right.
this was still a great song, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's just all them talking about their come up and shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like this was the perfect beat for Currency, who I feel like is one of the most underrated hip hop
Yes.
artists. Keyword artist
Hmm.
in history. He writes,
Definitely.
produces, plays instruments. He has an extensive ass catalog, but y'all want to
Yeah.
stay on Future's dick and shit. Where
Exactly.
current all these motherfuckers that's popping like Travis and Future, a lot of them motherfuckers stole from Currency.
Yeah.
Let
Hmm.
let's just stop right there. Let's Currency was doing some of that wavy kind of shit way before half these motherfuckers and shit.
Hmm.
I wish
Can
some of these
can Jim
motherfuckers.
Jo- can Jim Jones name 5 Currency albums? I bet he can't.
He can't even name 5 Currency mixtapes, my dude.
Yeah. Exactly. But he want to throw shit at
Currency
Pusha
dropped like
T.
8,000, eight
Funny
thousand projects and shit. Like,
facts.
but I didn't even hear this Jim Jones shit. Do I?
Nah. I refuse to hear it because I'm like you're not better than Pusha T. Like stop it. Get off that perp that you smoking or that crack. Make some good music. He got a
And the
couple
thing
hits, but
is,
the audacity to sit there on a radio station and say, "Can anybody name 5 Pusha songs? Can anybody name 5 Jim Jones songs?" You know what I'm saying?
honestly, I hate to say, can anybody name 5 Dipset crew songs that they did together? I wait.
Yeah, yeah, but
Not
but
not not trying to diss them, but still.
can anybody name 5 songs from him without Dipset on it? You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying? Because he did a lot of collabs. He did a lot of collabs with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you've been in the game for a minute, but your discography is not flawless compared to Pusha T's on. You know what I'm saying? Summer in Miami is his best album. He ain't got nothing that's even touching that. Pusha takes his time with projects, and every joint he come out with is a phenomenal project. I can't say the same for Jim. You know what I'm saying? I really can't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Do you want to do it? You really want to get beat in another verses? I mean, we saw how that played out last year. It wasn't pretty. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. It's like where was all this shit talking and energy last year because they let the locks wipe the floor with them. Now it's like y'all like found yourself a year later and you want to talk shit about Pusha. Like, come on, don't do that. You know
I swear.
this
I
this
tell you.
this song was dope. I like Currency's verse. I'm going with Killer Mike's verse again. I like his flow in it. He said, Polo T with the bucket attitude, still on fuck it. I refrain from that fuck shit. I'm all about big bucks, bitch. I loved his flow and wordplay. And I think this is gonna be like the official album that people check for from Killer Mike. It's a shame that they slept on him for so many years. But I think the way that this album is set up, they're gonna definitely check. This is gonna be his magnum opus.
Right. Next song we got is Exit 9 featuring Bliss. Um, this was a pretty cool song. Not really one of my favorites on this record. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely felt like it was another one that his song's content and rapping wise that he did right.
Love the beat. It was jazzy. Guitars on it. Mike saying, I had to be my own boss, not somebody else's worker. I know the press. I know the press she prayed for me is to serve my preservers. He's talking about his mom and all that, and this was another personal song, like him growing up and to where he is now, and I loved it, man. It's one of my favorites on here.
Yeah, definitely. Next song is Something for Junkies featuring Fabo. You know what I'm saying? And then again, another pretty cool song and shit like that too. Just pretty much, a drug song and shit too, how drugs keep the streets together. He had an interesting line when he said, this is for the geek monster, this is for the junkies too. But Ready Ron did to DMX, did somebody do to you. I guess if you guys think, I think Ready One was the dude that laced DMX's shit with crack.
Oh shit!
That shit, yeah, because before he died, they did that Rough Riders documentary on BET. If you guys have not watched that shit yet, check that documentary out. Like they did that around the same time they did the No Limit one and shit too. See, when BET does some shit like that, that's when it does, right?
Right.
They need. We still waiting on that Uptown Records mini series, but I don't think that's coming out though. For some reason, I don't think that's coming out after Andre Harrell died.
Come on, Tyler. Come on, Tyler. You got the money now.
And all I want to say is some behind the scenes controversies among the Uptown Records camp. If you guys know what I mean, you guys know what I mean. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say too much shit on live.
Right.
I don't think that's gonna come out anytime soon and shit. Plus, certain moguls' reputations will be in question if you know what I mean. But
right,
yeah. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, but Something for Junkies was a pretty cool song.
This is dope, man. I felt like this another personal song where he mentioned like his aunt was like on drugs, and he didn't treat her like any different because she had an addiction. Like, and she told him that, like, Mike, you always treat me, the same. You always treat me like I'm your aunt. You never looked at me differently, and I love the beat. The beat was fire. It was jazzy. You had like a clip of like Minister Farrakhan being played. I love the chorus. Something for junkies, something for users, addicts and users, substance abusers. Another personal track. Like this whole album, I felt like was like his life story, and told in different tracks, and it was dope.
Yeah, definitely a dope track. All right. Next song is Motherless. Very amazing song. You know what I'm saying? Just talking about how, with his mom and grandma dying and shit like that too, he began depressed and shit, feeling like he has no female figure in his life and whatnot too. So again, very, very personal song. This is another favorite song of mine. No ID again. Does his thing on the production. Fucking love it.
This was dope. You got LP on here. A little Run the Juice collabo. It was tight. I enjoyed it. Like the beat. Yeah.
Right. Alrighty. Now we're gonna get into Don't Let the Devil. This is pretty much Run the Jewels featuring Thank You Good Sir. Pretty
I thought
cool.
I thought we did that one already.
No, we did not.
No? What was he talking about before then?
I was talking about Motherless.
Oh, they got Motherless as track 12. Though.
Yeah, Motherless is track 12 after Something for Junkies.
But track 11 is Don't Let the Devil.
No, track 11 from Spotify is something for junkies.
It's different on YouTube, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you ever need a track listen,
Something for
just let me.
junkies. I just talked about something for junkies. That's what I thought we was talking about.
Yeah, we did something for junkies. Then I gave my
Right.
thoughts on Motherless.
I see they got track 12 on YouTube. They got it as track 12.
Shit.
Motherless was dope though. That was there's a video for that also. That I think that's the first one I saw. I thought I saw the video for that one. That was a dope joint.
Yeah. So track 13, Don't Let the Devil. Pretty cool track right here, you know what I'm saying? This one right here, like I said before, I think this was pretty already promoted as like a Run the Jewels song, so
Yeah.
it was pretty solid.
Yeah, it was dope to hear LP, Run the Juice collab on this album, and that they already got like dope chemistry together, so it was dope to hear LP on here.
Right. And the last song is High and Holy. Um nice way to end out that. It also features Ty Dolla Sign as well too. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, just summing up everything on this album and shit like that, how he's still gonna be remaining influence, so very, very, very dope song. Love the beat.
Do you have like is it like a woman that's like speaking in African or something?
You said what?
There's like a woman speaking in African, like at the beginning of the song and then at the end of the song.
Yeah.
And I don't know what language exactly she's speaking in, but she's like speaking in another language, and yeah, it had like some organs on it. The beat was dope. You had Mike saying, God bless those that confess, and God damn the liars. Quoted like I wrote it, Michael, father of Anaya. So I'm assuming Anaya is his daughter.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, because I liked his that verse on it.
Hey, I'm about to send you a funny video on Instagram and shit.
Okay.
Just to let you know, I'm going to hell for this one.
Oh boy.
But overall, this album right here, fire album. This might be so far my favorite Killer Mike album and shit. So, he definitely came back strong with this one. Production, everything was great on this record. You know what I'm saying? Some producers did better than others. Some producers actually surprised me by them actually making a good beat and shit. You know, definitely felt like Killer Mike did his thing lyrically on this project right here. My only gripe, I felt like, certain guest appearances like, Future and Young Thug, they didn't really reach the potential. But and other than that, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5.
I think it's definitely his best album, and this is one of those albums where you can't just put it on play and just let it play. Like you got to really absorb what he's saying on here. You know what I'm saying? And there's different messages, and him talking about his personal life, and it's definitely one of those albums that you got to take everything in. You know what I mean? And the production was soulful. It was gospel at times, and jazzy, R&B at times, and it gave me Goody Mob Soul Food reminded me of this album when I was listening to it. It reminds me of Soul Food. It reminds me of the classic Outkast, and it was good. And he didn't bog down the album with like a shitload of features because he don't need to do that. He's an artist that he can hold down a whole album by himself. You know what I'm saying? And the features that he did have was dope. You know what I'm saying? And I wish he would have had Big Boy on it as well. Like we got one Outcast member. It would have been nice to have Big Boy on it too. I guess that's asking for too much, but um, definitely one of the best rap albums already this year. It hasn't been too many for me this year. To me, like I said, I love the Larry June and Alchemist album. I think that's the best one. but this is definitely gonna be number two for me on the list at the end of the year. And I'm gonna give it 4.5, and there are definitely a lot of good tracks talking that shit. Enrich, Slummer, Spaceship Views, Exit 9. The whole album is a dope album. So yeah, one of the best albums this year.
Definitely. All right, so when we last left off yesterday, we were on this Billboard list, and the Getter Boys was above Gangstar. I personally feel like both groups and duos should have been in the top 10. Honestly, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck
They
number
used the wrong
27.
pictures.
D- DJ
Yeah.
Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, number 27. Mm,
Nah, I don't
I
know.
like they definitely one of my favorites, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't put them above certain ones. I'm not gonna hold you, but like I said, not against
Where
them.
would you put them though?
I would
Where
put
would you put them?
them. I would definitely put them in the top 30, but I wouldn't put them above like Gangstar, Ghetto Boys. I'll put them above like maybe Kid and Play. I'll put them above some of the other ones we mentioned and shit. But at the same time, it's just like I'm not against them being on the list though. Hell, I rarely see them on these kind of lists. To be real with you,
Yeah, I don't see them at all on here.
yeah.
Gangstar should be top 10. They like again, it's Billboard. They don't know hip hop, so I wouldn't get too mad about it.
Okay, now this is just disrespectful.
Yeah,
No, top five, top four. Fuck that shit.
yeah,
See,
I
Billboard,
agree.
I was.
I agree.
Do you know how many rappers and crews they birthed? Okay. Oh yeah. The hop? Are you fucking?
Yeah, the Hot
The
Boys
hot
over
boys?
EPMD. Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah. The Hot Boys over EPMD and Gangstar. Picture that.
They were like the southern blinged out version of LOX. Let's be real.
The the Hot Boys.
You know, the Bad Boy and Cashmere was all about that bling bling and all that shit.
Yeah,
Hell no. Honestly,
yeah.
I don't even care for the Hot Boys as a group, but solo wise, that's a different story.
I'm telling you.
Dipset number 24. Oh, okay.
Then he should be higher too. It should be in the teams.
I wouldn't go that far. I
I'm
feel
I'm
like
putting them in the teams because they for the mixtape era, it was all about Dipset and G Unit.
mm,
You know what I'm saying?
this guy right
And,
here thinks he's the greatest rapper of all time.
and they actually came out with great music. It's just that, it didn't last a long time.
Right. 23 Sugar Hill Gang. Now, if you ask two people, they might say this is an honorable placement for this group. But if you ask another person, they might say, get them the fuck out of here.
It's
Because
way too low. Way too low.
mm,
Without them, you wouldn't have all half of these other groups on that list.
actually, without Grandmaster Cass, my friend,
Without them, you wouldn't have half of these groups on that list.
I
With
like Sugar Hill Gang. I like them, but
without Sugar Hill, Kaz, Bambaataa, and Flash, you wouldn't have none of these groups on this list.
I, mm,
Where you put it? Like
I'm
you see
trying to
what
think.
happens. You see what happens when we have these decades, because a lot of these groups are from the 90s and the 2000s, and then it's like they kind of like butt heads with the 80s.
It's not even that because like this. So I'm see now I'm curious about what other old school hip hop. When I mean old school, I'm like talking about 77 to 83 pre-run DMC they got on this list because if they don't have Treacherous 3 on
Yeah.
this list, but they have Sugar Hill, I might have an issue.
Where's UTFO? Where's Houdini?
Yeah, yeah. I'm
Salt and
trying to
Pepper.
because now I'm curious now because it's just like I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the placement, but I'm curious about what other pre-Run DMC groups they're gonna have because. Whew, I have it. Okay, okay. Let's see. 22. Oh, the irony. LOX
Way too
22.
low. Way too low. For a
Honestly, they're
rap
fine.
trio, no, they're way too low. For a rap trio, they might be the best rap trio out. They're still doing it now. They're low.
I feel
Like
like they're fine the way they are. I'm
I
sorry.
would put them in the top 20. They right below 20, but they need to be in the top 20.
I feel like as a group, I'm
Mhm.
just going to say as a group, minus the mixtapes, they came out with one classic, one decent, and the rest was trash.
Yes, I agree. But for a rap, there's not too many rap trios that's still around though. For a rap
You're
trio,
right.
they should be in the top 20.
And I'm not hating on Lock. I love Locks,
Mhm.
LOX, D Block. I love that shit, but I'm just being honest. I'm an honest fan,
Yeah.
but now number 21 is usually like the spark that sets up the top 20. What is Billboard's answer number 21? Mine, like I said before, I've never seen this list, so all this is gonna be a surprise to me. Bone Thug. Oh, okay. Bone
Top
Thug's
20.
number
They need to be in the
21.
20.
Okay.
Top 20 for me.
I'm not I'm not gonna get mad at top 20, but I'm cool with them being 21 too.
I might even put them in the top 10 because I was just a huge Bone Thugs fan,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, number
And
20. Ooh, oh, UGK, number 20. I'm not mad
yeah.
about this. And they actually picked a decent picture. Too. Pimp C looks like he's sleeping. I'm not gonna hold you,
Right? Oh man.
but
That's
see
that
this
looks like
this
a
is what
young Bun B. Bun B ain't even got no hair no more. That's a young Bun B
for
right
real.
there.
See, this is what we have to talk about these trappers.
Hmm.
UGK 36 Mafia. They were really like the forerunner when it comes to that trap shit. Like I said before, Jeezy, he didn't do anything new. Like Motivation 101 was dope, but he didn't do anything new or groundbreaking.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I know tried like hell yeah, he didn't do anything groundbreaking and shit.
No, he definitely didn't.
But yeah, I mean number 19, G Unit. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not mad.
The mixtape circuit was all 50 and Wheezy, man. Like they were running that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was G Unit, Dipset, Wheezy. They were running it. Everybody else came after.
Yeah, I'm
You know
not
what I
mad
mean?
about this because everyone's trying to do their same formula after a while. After a while, everybody was trying to do that formula and
Yeah.
shit too.
That's
Um,
that's how 50 got his deal with Aftermath, the mixtapes. You know what
facts.
I'm saying? That helped a lot of people. D Block and State Property were doing their thing.
Right. Number 18.
D6 Mafia.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely.
Okay, I'm loving this so far. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And y'all included my nigga Crunchy Black too. Okay.
Right,
Cause niggas be acting like it's just Juicy and Paul, but 3 6
right.
Mafia was a whole crew, man.
Hmm.
Infamous, Crunchy, the late great Gangsta Boo,
Yeah,
Player Fly. Come on, man.
yeah.
Like I need to get more 3 6 albums, man. I'm slipping. I'm slipping.
Facts. Same.
Cypress Hill
Okay,
17. I'm
so
not mad about this.
now for me, they top five because I love Cypress Hill. They were like a West Coast group doing boom bap, and they really brought the weed culture into the game. You know what I'm saying? Like them and Redman, and you know what I'm saying, is they were killing it.
Yeah.
First three albums to me, like they best shit.
I love Cypress Hills 4 too. That was good
Yeah,
too.
four was dope. Yeah,
Even Skulls and Bones has some heat.
Skull and Bones was hot. I like all these shit. I don't think they got a whack album to vote.
I'm not gonna hold you. Some of their 2000 shit was kind of inconsistent, but I wouldn't call it whack either.
Right.
Beastie Boys 16. Not mad about this.
To me,
Now,
they're
me
top
personally,
10. Yeah,
I'll put them maybe top 14 because I love the Beastie Boys. Like, I feel like
right.
as a hip hop group, they were very consistent. I
Hmm.
mean, I know you don't like Paul's Boutique, but that album
No, Paul's
definitely,
Boutique is dope. I don't think it's a classic, but I think it's dope. It's a good album.
you know,
But they should be top 10 though. They released a lot of music,
they did.
a lot of
They weren't
shit.
just hip. They weren't just hip hop though. They were
Right,
punk. They were jazz.
right.
Hell, they were even funk. I'm not gonna hold you. Shake Your
Yeah,
Head was funky as fuck. I ain't gonna fuck.
yes, for sure.
Yes. 15. Naughty by Nature. Ooh.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Because usually niggas be trying to downplay Naughty and shit like that. I be
Nah,
hating that shit.
no, they got joints.
Naughty got joints, man. Like Tretch, one of the
Yeah,
best lyricists you will ever hear.
underrated.
AG, one of the most
Hmm.
versatile producers, man. Come on. Okay, Fuji's. Okay.
Too high. For one good
Too high.
album,
Yes.
too high.
Yes. I
We ain't talking
agree.
solo shit. We talking groups. For a group, they got one good album. Way too high. They should have been in the 40s.
Again, look at this shit right here.
They should have
Mentioning
put them in
Killing
the
Me
40s.
Softly, Ready or
You know
Not.
what?
You know.
I would have picked Crisscross higher than them.
Okay, now you just playing.
Nah,
Now you now
because
you now you
Crisscross got
now you just
three good albums. Fuji's got one. That's 3-1
three
right there.
three good albums.
Yeah, they got three good
Three?
for me. They got three good albums. You know what I'm saying? The three albums that they released were better than that first Fuji's album. They got one good album. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not talking about when people look at Fuji's, they talking about the solo shit. Oh, Lauren with her album and White Cliff with Carnival. We talking group wise. They got one good album. They way too high on this list.
I'll put them between 30 and 25. I'm sorry. And I love the score. I love the score. I love the score, but I don't praise it as much as other albums released that same year because
The best artist they got in that group is Lauren.
facts.
You know what I mean?
I just feel like they can be a little overhyped sometimes and shit. But and like I said before, they don't talk about the quote unquote hip hop song. They don't talk about how many mics, Cowboys.
Right.
They talk
Yeah.
about the Lauren songs.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you guys didn't know Fugees did a song with Tribe and Buster for a soundtrack.
Right. The Ali joint.
They don't know that. They don't know that
Yeah.
shit.
If you take off the hit singles, is it still a great album to people?
It still is for me.
If there was no, I know that I'm saying if there was no Killing Me Softly, no Ready or Not, no Fuji La, would it still be a classic to a lot of people? You know what I'm saying? Because you still had joints like Cowboys, it was fire, Zealots, the title track with Diamond D. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a phenomenal album.
They were lyrically going after J. Rue and Tupac. Come on,
Right.
now.
Right. How many mics? Like, that should have been a single.
What's that one joint? The Beast. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fire.
Yes. Mob Deep 13. Top 10. Sorry, top 10.
For sure. For me, they good. They're gonna be top 5 because
Come on.
Mob was just
Yeah.
They were everything. They were like woo out here. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely top 5 for me.
As much as I love Mob, I won't put him over EPMD. I'll be real with you.
Right. EPMD to me might be like the best rap duo ever. You know what I'm saying?
I would say Eric B. and Rakim for me.
That be Rakim.
Yeah.
Well, everybody don't rap though, so.
Let me. I would say either Gangstar. Let me say Gangstar, but
Gangstar for sure.
But the persona of Eric B. and Rakim, just seeing Eric B. with that dead ass cold stare and shit, like because he was a hustler. He was a hustler at the end of the day. So
yeah, facts.
But I see what you're saying though.
Yeah, Mobb Deep is a group. They got more than one classic album. Fuji's only got one.
Yes. Okay, so again, Grandmaster. See, I knew they were going to have Flash in the Furious 5. Right. I knew. I didn't expect them to be this high. First of all, that's a dope picture of Flash, though. I hate when I miss when rappers used to do pictures like that with it.
Mhm.
I miss when rappers used to
That's
do some shit
awesome.
like that. But like I said, Flash and the Furious Five, though, man, you had Flash, Melly Mel, Cowboy. I mean, have you ever heard this? The second album they came out with '88,
No, I don't. I haven't heard that one.
bro. You gotta hear. We gotta talk about that one. That
Okay.
shit right there, though. Oh my god, niggas don't talk about that one because that was like after the whole Sugar Hill. I think Melly Mel only appeared on a few songs on that one though, but
Right.
yeah, man. But I want to get at least one of the albums before I talk about them. But
Okay.
yeah, to me, Flash is like one of the greatest DJs of all time. Like
Facts.
some of the shit he brought to DJing and shit. Like people still trying to duplicate that when they're not using their laptops and shit. You know. Let me stop. I use laptops when I DJ sometimes too, so I can't help it. But at least I use vinyl too. So
Right.
all right. So number 11. Who's number 11? Now
Migos.
get the fuck out of here.
What? Hey, one dude is dead. Like, get out of here with that. Migos over Mob Deep.
Wow.
What?
Okay, you know what, Billboard?
Wow.
I try to be nice. I try to be nice.
I knew that was coming. I said at some point I'm going to see Migos ugly mugs on you.
Let's do a recap right quick. I just need to do a quick recap. So
What the fuck?
okay, so I'm gonna be fast with this because I want to go to the top 10. MOP 50, Black Star 49, City Rats 48,
City Rats.
Ray Shrimmer 47. You know, I'm not even gonna go through everybody. I'm just gonna go through certain ones. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these rappers, right?
Yeah.
All these groups. They had me. You know, they had me. They were. I was giving them some love. You know what I'm saying? But
I told
you mean to
it's
tell
still
me?
Billboard, yo.
You mean to
You know what
tell
I'm saying?
me? I'm just saying. You mean to tell Reg that Migos is better than half of these groups from Brand
Nah,
Nubian,
not even.
Cypress Hill?
They going off of
Hell.
record sales. They're going off of streaming
Hell.
sales and shit.
Hell, Slum Village. Come on. Like what?
No.
I'm not, like I said, I like Takeoff, but I hate when these niggas do this shit. Whenever somebody dies, they want to over exceed the flowers they drop at the burial plot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Give him like 2 flowers and keep it moving. He don't need a
Jesus.
whole bouquet and shit, yo.
Because you mean to tell me Migos is better than Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5?
Not to me.
What? What is the Migos song that's equivalent to the message?
Hey,
Hell,
but don't you like didn't you have the Culture album or some shit?
I never had Culture. That was
Oh,
Eric.
you never had it? Who was it that came on here? So was it Eric that said he liked it?
It was Eric.
Oh,
It was a good album, but I'm not gonna call it a classic.
man.
But what is this song that is equivalent to White Lions Don't Do It?
Stuff right?
You know what? You said what?
Stir fry?
In the kitchen with a stir.
Bad and bougie is not the equivalent to the message. I'm sorry, it ain't.
I love Bad and Bougie, but Bad and Bougie is
on
Bad
the
and
same
Bougie.
level. It's not. It don't hold the same weight as the message.
It don't. Like and then they have the nerve to name it to pay homage that only built for Cuban Link.
Right? Like
because my homie said Raekwon gave them the rights for that shit or some shit like
of
that.
Course. I just seen 2 Chainz recreated into the Wu-Tang cover.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he have a album coming out on mixtape, and he recreated it into the Wu-Tang cover. I'm like, what? Like, and y'all niggas don't even listen to Wu-Tang.
So they didn't even drop the top 10 yet for Billboard.
Like, bro, like, what the fuck? Like, why is Wu not suing them? They were ready to fucking go at Drake because he named a song called Wu Tang Forever, but they let that shit slide with 2 Chainz. Crazy.
Let me look up that shit. Hold up.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
seen somebody
they
post
out
that on Friday. I'm like, what the fuck?
whenever the top 10 is released, just send me the link. I just want to go. Don't even tell me who's on the list. Don't even tell me.
I don't care. Yeah, if even if he do listen to Wu, why would they like let him recreate that iconic album cover? You don't see nobody trying to recreate Michael Jackson Thriller.
Oh, somebody's playing a huge joke on me.
Bro, that's the album cover, yo. Like he recreated that shit. I'm like, come on, man.
Somebody played a huge joke on me. I don't
But
believe
his
this.
music don't reflect it, man. You know more about the nigga than I do, because his music don't reflect him being a hip hop head. He damn sure don't sound like he
You mean
listen
the
to the
shit
shit.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Look at that shit. Look at that. Wu Chains, like what? Since when did they make him an honorary member of Wu Tang Clan? Like Redman is an honorary member.
Oh shit! This nigga look like he should be looking for Ghostbusters.
Come on, man. Like nobody see a problem with this? Come on.
What is up with the background?
This nigga titled the Wu Chains. Like he
Why
was
why
always
is his
down
Wu
doing this
chain?
shit.
Hey, why is his Wu chain like a taxi?
Man.
Hmm.
How many damn honorary members do they have? I know they got Redman. I didn't know they made him one too.
It's just like Snoop Dogg just giving death row chains to everybody.
Right? Oh, go. Let me give Deion Sanders old death row chain. You know, let me give Tom Brady a death row chain. Like what the fuck? What is they doing? Wow, that's crazy. So now
I'm gonna stay up.
when these kids see the fucking album cover, they're gonna say that Wu Tang was biting off of 2 Chainz. Can you imagine?
The
Can you
nerve.
imagine some 10-year-old seeing that album cover like 10 years from now and saying, "Oh, Wu was biting 2 Chainz. It's not 2 Chainz biting them." Come on. He's a head. If he's a head, his music should reflect him being a hip hop head. You don't get no pass for that. Michael Rappaport is a hip hop head. You know, Seth Green is a hip hop head. Adrian Brody. It's crazy. You finished with the list?
Yeah, because they didn't drop the top 10 list, top 10 yet.
They ain't dropped the top 10 yet? I thought they did all of them.
They hold on, let me look one more time. I didn't see the top.
Yo,
I pull up. That's Amigos lyric.
props to you for even understanding them. Cause I can't understand the damn thing they were saying.
But you know what's funny though? I remember when these rappers like 50 and Snoop were making fun of Migos, but then years later they try to praise them, talking about they were influencers.
So because he did a whole project with Static Selector, what he's official now?
Who?
He's official. So if Static Selector do a whole project with Jack Harlow, is he official then? What that mean? I guess I'm supposed to listen to 2 Chainz because he did a whole project with Static Selector. Nah, I'm good.
Q said, I guess kids this generation don't know about old school hip hop and especially Wu Tang.
You're gonna see somebody's gonna actually look at that cover and think that Wu Tang was biting off of him when it was the other way around.
That reminds me of one funny rap album cover. I gotta show you.
Shit, DJ Premier did shit with Christina Aguilera, and a lot of hip hop heads didn't hear that shit. They gave Christina a shout out. So is she down with the culture because Primo did shit with her?
Yo, look at this shit, boy.
What the fuck? Who is that?
Gucci. That's the Gucci man dressed up like Buzz Lightyear.
What the fuck? That's his next album?
No, that was some mixtape he had. And shit.
That shit is bad. They need to start suing these motherfuckers. Disney should start suing his ass. Making a mockery out of their character.
Gucci Lightyear.
Man. It's crazy.
Hey, yo, one time, man, I was talking to this he called himself a hip hop head, but it was funny because he hated all the rappers that Tupac had beef with and shit.
Which is everybody, so yeah.
So I was like, "You like Mobb Deep?" He's like, "Nah, they corny."
They corny because Pac dissed them.
But he loves Eminem too.
Wow. Well, Pac wasn't around for Eminem. You know, he escaped and went to Cuba before Eminem could come out.
Oh my god. Hold on, what was Infinite? What day was Infinite released?
Wasn't that like 97?
Yeah, I know it was like 96, but I want to know what month. I want to know. Oh, it came out after Pac died. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Pac was already in Cuba then, like, you know, licking his wounds and shit.
See, now you're gonna have all these motherfuckers going to Cuba, like they're gonna go see the Titanic underwater and shit.
He been out there. What you mean they're gonna start going to Cuba?
Okay, so what's his Instagram?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he would have did all that. I don't think he would have been on social media like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was to, like, you know, to promote like a movie or something. I don't think he would have been out there talking crazy. You know.
So who wants to go down to the Titanic with me?
I can't believe how people making memes and shit out of that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know what they were doing. They signed death forms and shit. Like, they knew what they were doing. So,
Hey guys, whenever you go to the beach, don't forget your GameCube controller.
yeah, that dude Stockton, what's his name, Stockton Rush or whatever. He was determined. Like, I don't know if it was like he was determined to like prove people wrong, but there's no way in hell you could get me in a submarine and you controlling it with a game controller. What?
You know what this reminds me of? Remember that episode of the Mary Tyler Moore Show where Chuckles the clown died? He was dressed as a peanut and he was crushed by the elephant, and everyone found that shit funny.
Bro, there's no way in hell you could tell me, oh, we're gonna go down to see the Titanic, 13,000 miles beneath the sea, and you're controlling this shit with a game controller. People didn't think that was weird. There's some YouTube guy that he said he was on the submarine before, like days before it went down, and even when he was on it, even he thought that it was weird that they had to repair certain shit on the submarine. You have to repair shit on the submarine before they actually went down to see to that Titanic. So that should tell you something. So if you have to repair shit, and this is like more than one repair, nobody thought that maybe they shouldn't be going.
They said the son was scared to go. I was like, well,
so why did he go?
Exactly.
So why did he go?
They didn't put a gun to your head, did they?
Not that we know of. I mean, did they put a gun to his head and be like, yo, get in the fucking submarine? Because if he wasn't forced to go, why did he go anyway? That makes no sense.
So now the mother is saying She let her son go in her place. I was like, what kind of family is this?
Even she knew that it was risky,
Is this a family or a cult at this point?
bro.
Like what?
And then you had his stepson was went to see Blink 182, and he got beef with Cardi B now because Cardi B saw him posted in the story, and she went on live and was talking shit about him. Like
You lying.
what kind of stepson are you? Yeah,
You
she went on
lying.
live. Huh?
Yo, they about to be the next. They about to be like the
The nigga
ratchet.
went to see Blink 182 when his father was missing. His father had already disintegrated, so there ain't nothing he could do about that. But he didn't know that. But yeah, Cardi B was like, yo, why aren't you at home with your family? Like being by your family side. Why are you at going to see Blink 182?
Nigga, he probably paid $300 for that concert. He's gonna see every bit of that show. Shut up.
Yeah, yeah. I
Shut
mean,
up.
ain't shit you
Why?
could do if your relative is gone in the sea. You can't do shit about it.
She needs to worry about her children except for worry about everybody else's family,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah, I'm like, how did Cardi B see his story anyway? Like, what was she
Like, why,
doing
why,
looking at
why,
people's
why does
stories?
he even care?
Yeah, yeah. She went on live
Meanwhile,
stream and was talking shit about him.
meanwhile, Joe Budden might not Joe, Joe Biden might get impeached and shit.
Oh boy, another president. What did he do?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I just see no one's talking about that. We over here talking about Titanic and shit. That's what we talking about.
Bro,
That's what we talking.
they shouldn't have been down there anyway. Like it's a graveyard. Yet thousands of people die. Leave that shit alone. This is why black people don't go in the fucking sea. We don't do that shit.
Hell no. See,
That ain't us. You couldn't pay me $1 billion to go down and see the Titanic. I ain't
you
going.
see this. You see this decade. Ever since the Capitol Hill riots, white people has just been showing their asses more than black people. I want to be real.
Yeah.
Like
They let
niggas, we just minding our business now and shit.
yeah.
We just watching
They,
shit unfold.
they let James Cameron do it. James Cameron got money. They let James Cameron do it. He had the right equipment. He did his documentary. Cool. That should have been it. It shouldn't be letting other people because they got money. Oh, let me take a dive to see the Titanic. And you see what happens. So now they should shut that shit off for good. No more going into space. No more going down below in the sea where you're not wanted. I don't feel sorry for them. Like they knew what they were doing. That's why they signed the waivers and shit because they knew it could be a possibility that they don't come back. And that's the chance that they took. And you see what happened behind that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that so many people would be making memes of like you had even the Duck Down page made a whole post about. I'm like they say it was Sean Price fault. Like Sean Price was knocking out orcas down below us. I was like, yo, even Duck Down was making a joke out of it. It's crazy.
I saw this one. Instagram video. They played the Manhattan's kiss and say goodbye intro. They had some nigga in a submarine underwater. He's like, "This is about to be the saddest day."
They somebody made the submarine mod in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my god!
Hey yo, when you look at this shit crashes too.
You know Simpsons. You know Simpsons predicted this shit too, right?
That's crazy.
Yo, the Simpsons. See, this is why we watch the Simpsons carefully and shit like that. Because sometimes I'm not gonna lie. First time some of that shit came to, I'm like, okay, y'all were lucky one time.
We saw this happen with the space shuttle when the space shuttle blew up more than once. And they the first time it blew up in what was that like 85 or whatever 86, and 86. They thought they got it right and they thought they fixed it and then it happened again in like 2002 or some shit because it was like the material that was being made out of the space shuttle was fucking bullshit. It was cheap, and the shit was coming off while they were coming. Having the re-entry back into Earth, and that's what blew them up the last time. You know what I'm saying? Like they were using the same material that was being made for like the Chinese takeout, like that styrofoam shit that they put your food in, that they used to put your food in, but they don't use styrofoam no more for that. At least not in New York. But it was like the same material that was for the styrofoam containers for Chinese food that was on the space shuttle. So you're going up there into space with a shuttle being made out of fucking styrofoam, and people wonder why this shit blew up more than once. They had a crack in the submarine before, and Stockton Rush still decided, oh, I'm gonna take the submarine down 13,000 feet with a crack in the submarine. So what you think was gonna happen? The minute water gets through that shit, you're dead.
You're done.
That was it. And they probably knew that there was a crack in the submarine, and they still took that risk and went. So, like I said, it's not like it was some accident. They knew what they were doing. It's crazy, man. Maybe that'll keep people out the water now. Stay out the water. It ain't meant for you to be down here.
Boy, oh boy.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't
let
care
me
how much
end
money I got. I ain't doing those dumb shit like that. These billionaires, why don't they take money and get the homeless off the street? You know how many homeless is on the streets right now in this country?
exactly.
From New York to Cali, there's plenty homeless on the street right now. They could take their money and build a state of the art shelter for them and shit. Nah, they want to take their money and go down and see a shipwreck.
Yeah.
Make
Other
that make
than that,
sense.
yeah. Other than that, I'm about to end up this video right here and shit. So this week when it comes to the reviews and shit, got some heavy ones. Got Mariah Carey's Glitter soundtrack / movie review tomorrow at 11 p.m.
I'm gonna be late for that one. I'm gonna come in like 12:30, but right when you're all done talking about the movie, then you can talk about the soundtrack.
We're going to talk about the soundtrack first.
Okay. Then yeah, then I'll leave after. I'll leave right after.
The movie is going to be a short review anyway.
It's short. So you're just gonna say the movie was crap next.
No, I'm just going to say what I have to say.
Ain't nothing long to talk about because Mariah Carey can't act. She was never an actress. She cannot act. She only got those roles because of who she is, and that was it. But the movie was trash.
Right. Then Wednesday we're gonna go for rock with Alanis Morissette with Jagged Little Pill.
Yes. Now you're talking.
That's gonna be Wednesday at midnight.
Oh,
Thursday is gonna be SZA with SOS,
yeah.
and then next Sunday is gonna be Mariah Carey Charm Bracelet.
Oh boy. Another album featuring a shitload of features.
Mariah goes West Side.
Yeah, everybody and their mama on that album. Cameron, West Side Connection. Like, what the fuck? What is you doing, right?
A little Jacquees. Jacquees got.
Damn.
Have you seen Jacquees' bookshop?
What would he do?
I don't know. They just say he got arrested for unknown charges.
He should have got arrested for impersonating a singer. Because King of R&B, you are not. I didn't see it.
Yeah, look at that show if you want to laugh.
Lord.
But yeah, that's gonna be the schedule this week and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Is he still in prison?
I don't know. I was just laughing at the mugshot.
I hope they get to him in prison and really teach him a lesson. Like, you are not an R&B singer. Leave that to Johnny Gill and Keith Sweat.
I'm weak. But yeah. Hope everyone has a good night. Appreciate this try as usual.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.